This is unbelievable. IPOB has begged the Nigerian government led by Bola Tinubu to extradite Simon Ekpa back to Nigeria to face prosecution just the way they sold out Nnamdi Kanu. This news provides an update on Biafran-related events and internal developments. Claims are made that IPOB is seeking Nigeria's government assistance to extradite Simon Ekpa, mirroring the case of Nnamdi Kanu, which is currently raising questions about their alignment with anti-Nigeria efforts. Aside from IPOB, which has been a long-term enemy to Simon Ekpa autopilot, there is issues within Simon Ekpa-led Biafra movement. Since Simon Ekpa was arrested by the Finnish authority, there have been an internal conflict and disagreement within his Biafra movement, known as autopilot, over leadership issues. Criticism arises over perceived betrayals within the Biafran movement, with references to leaders and members acting out of self-interest rather than for the collective cause. Some members of the movement have emphasized the need for leaders and followers to resolve their differences and remain united, warning that internal divisions benefit external enemies. A plea is made for Biafran defense forces to avoid choosing sides in internal disputes to maintain the movement's stability and success. A supporter shares his experience investing in Biafran initiatives and describes discomfort with the energy of certain leaders, calling one of them a disruptive influence. He criticizes the leaders for unprofessional behavior and emphasizes the importance of administrative boundaries in the movement. However, a strong appeal is made for the return of Simon Ekpa to restore order amidst perceived chaos caused by specific individuals. They call for leaders and supporters to focus on unity and transparency to avoid sabotaging the collective struggle for Biafran independence. Let's start with the basics. The Biafran movement is a struggle for independence led by the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Many people in southeastern Nigeria feel that their region is neglected and oppressed. They dream of breaking away and creating their own country, Biafra. This dream has deep roots, going back to the Nigerian Civil War of the late 1960s. But today, that dream faces a huge challenge. Instead of working together, the leaders and factions within the movement are fighting each other. And this isn't just some minor disagreement. It's tearing the movement apart. The biggest twist in this story is about the IPOB Directorate of State. These are some of the top leaders in the movement. They have reportedly reached out to the Nigerian government, asking them to extradite Simon Ekpa. Simon Ekpa is a controversial leader who runs a faction called the Autopilot. Imagine that. A group fighting the Nigerian government is now asking that same government for help. It sounds unbelievable, doesn't it? But that's where we are. To understand what's happening, let's talk about Simon Ekpa. He's a Finnish-based Nigerian lawyer and activist who became a key figure in the Biafran struggle after Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader, was arrested in 2021. Simon Ekpa leads the Autopilot Group, a faction of IPOB. While IPOB's follows more cautious and diplomatic strategies, Simon Ekpa's group takes a more aggressive approach. For example, he often declares sit-at-home orders, asking people in the southeast to stay indoors as a form of protest. These orders have caused major disruptions. Schools, businesses, and markets shut down. Some people support these actions, believing they show defiance against the Nigerian government. Others think it's too harsh and harms ordinary people. Over time, the relationship between Simon Ekpa and the IPOB has soured. What started as a difference in strategy has turned into open hostility. Earlier this year, Simon Ekpa was arrested in Finland. The arrest shocked many in the Biafran movement. Some supporters feared that his absence would weaken the struggle, while others saw it as a chance for unity. But instead of uniting, things got worse. Leadership disputes broke out within Simon Ekpa's camp. Some of his followers started questioning his actions and motives. They felt he wasn't transparent enough about how funds were being used. One supporter said, "I gave my money because I believed in Simon Ekpa, but now I feel like I don't know what's happening." The leaders are fighting each other, and we, the ordinary people, are paying the price. Now let's look at the IPOB. They are the older, more established leadership of the movement. They were loyal to Nnamdi Kanu and tried to keep the movement organized and disciplined. This has always criticized Simon Ekpa's methods. They believe his actions are too extreme and could harm the Biafran cause. Some even accuse him of working for enemies to destabilize IPOB from within. Simon Ekpa, on the other hand, accuses the DOS of being weak and ineffective. The tensions reached a boiling point when reports emerged that the DOS had asked the Nigerian government to extradite Simon Ekpa from Finland. If true, this would be a shocking betrayal. It's like asking your enemy to help you fight someone on your own team. All this drama has left many Biafran supporters feeling lost and confused. One woman, a shop owner in Enugu, said, "I don't know who to believe anymore. One day they tell us to follow the DOS. The next day they tell us Simon Ekpa is the real leader. All I want is for Biafra to be free." This division isn't just a leadership problem, it's a problem for everyone involved in the struggle. Soldiers on the ground don't know whom to take orders from. Ordinary people are caught between conflicting messages. And the Nigerian government is watching all of this, likely feeling relieved that their opponents are fighting each other. Movements like this depend on unity. When people work together, they're stronger. But when they fight among themselves, they become weak. One supporter put it this way: "If we can't even agree among ourselves, how can we win our freedom?" This isn't the first time a freedom movement has faced internal conflicts. History is full of examples, but the successful ones are those that find a way to overcome their differences. Beyond the politics, let's not forget the human cost of this struggle. People have lost their lives, their homes, and their livelihoods. Families have been torn apart. And now, as leaders fight among themselves, many feel their sacrifices are being wasted. One young man shared his story. He had joined the Biafran Defense Forces because he believed in the dream of independence. But now he feels disillusioned. "I wanted to fight for a better future," he said. "But now it feels like we're just fighting each other." Despite all the chaos, there's still hope. Many supporters are calling for reconciliation. They want the leaders to sit down, talk, and find a way to work together. They believe that unity is the only way forward. One supporter said, "We need to remember why we started this struggle. It wasn't for power or money. It was for our people, for our children, for our future. We need to put our differences aside and focus on what really matters." As we look ahead, the future of the Biafran movement is uncertain. Will the leaders find a way to reconcile? Or will the divisions continue to grow, weakening the movement? One thing is clear: the people deserve better. They deserve leaders who put the cause above their personal interests. They deserve a movement that is united, focused, and strong. In the words of a wise elder, "We may not agree on everything, but we must agree on this: our people deserve freedom. Let's not let our differences destroy our dream." To fully understand the struggle for Biafra, we need to revisit its roots. The quest for Biafra began long before Simon Ekpa or even Nnamdi Kanu came into the picture. In 1967, the southeastern region of Nigeria, predominantly made up of the Igbo people, declared independence under the name Biafra. This led to a brutal civil war, often called the Nigerian-Biafran War, which lasted 3 years and ended in 1970. The war caused unimaginable suffering. Over 1 million people died, many of them children, due to starvation caused by a blockade imposed by the Nigerian government. Villages were destroyed, families were separated, and entire generations were scarred by the trauma. Despite the defeat, the spirit of Biafra never died. For many Igbo people, the struggle became a symbol of their resilience and identity. Over the years, the movement resurfaced in various forms, with IPOB emerging as a leading force in the 21st century. Nnamdi Kanu, the charismatic leader of IPOB, played a major role in reigniting the Biafran cause. With his fiery speeches and ability to connect with the masses, he quickly became a household name in southeastern Nigeria and among the diaspora. Kanu's arrest in 2015 and subsequent trial brought even more attention to the Biafran struggle. His release on bail in 2017 marked a turning point, but it was short-lived. In 2017, Nigerian security forces stormed his family home in Abia State, leading to chaos and uncertainty about his whereabouts. For years, Kanu was a fugitive until his dramatic arrest in Kenya and extradition to Nigeria in 2021. This event split opinions among Biafrans. While some saw Kanu as a victim of betrayal, others believed that internal sabotage within IPOB played a role in his downfall. After Kanu's arrest, Simon Ekpa, a Finland-based lawyer and Biafran activist, emerged as a polarizing figure within the movement. Ekpa's passionate advocacy for the Biafran cause earned him a loyal following, but his methods and rhetoric sparked controversy. While Kanu promoted a relatively centralized approach to leadership within IPOB, Ekpa advocated for a more radical, decentralized autopilot system.
Dear Biafrans, in the absence of our Prime Minister, it is natural to feel a sense of uncertainty and concern. However, it is during such times as we are now that our unity and resilience are most important. We must remember that our strength lies in our collective spirit and shared vision for a better future. I have made efforts to create at least a bubble of unity among us, but I faced insults and serious threats in return, both publicly and privately, by my own brothers, my fellow Biafrans. This has made me to stay off from all the talks for a while, if you notice. But despite the setbacks, I remain committed to our cause, and I believe in the power of our unity. I understand that there are different opinions and supports for various leaders within our government. Some of you support the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Information, while others stand with the Chief of Staff, which is understandable. But it is crucial to recognize that our Prime Minister chose each of these leaders because he saw in them the capacity and zeal towards achieving the same ultimate goal, which is the freedom and prosperity of Biafra. Our Biafra. We are all pained by the sudden interference of our Prime Minister's activities and the continuous incarceration of Nnamdi Kanu, our leader. But their present situation is a choice they have made to pay the ultimate price for the freedom of Biafra. Their adversity and our struggles are not in vain, and only our resilience can see us through these challenging times. I am a nobody, but I urge us all to honor their sacrifices and stay united and focused on our shared goals. I plead with our leaders who are at odds with each other to please come together. Communicate within yourselves and resolve your difference. It is essential to avoid further distractions and stay focused on our mission of restoring Biafra. A leader's sin is a leading sin, and chaos among the leadership can also be disastrous among the led. We need to work together by supporting one another so we can achieve our common objectives. We must also understand that misunderstandings and division within our ranks can give room and make it easier for our real enemies to infiltrate and sabotage all our efforts. Let us not allow division to weaken our resolve. Instead, let us come together, support one another, and continue to work towards our common goals. Our journey may be challenging, but with determination and solidarity, we can overcome any obstacle. To the Biafra Defense Forces, I respectfully urge you to stand strong and demand oneness from our government officials. The angels of Biafra must remain focused and united. Do not choose sides, as any division among our armed forces could lead to a total collapse of the efforts of our leaders who have sacrificed so much to get us to this stage. Remember, your strengths and unity are vital to our success. Stay united, stay strong, and let us move forward with hope and confidence. God bless Biafra.
Adema umone mundibo ekene kwa yamono woke galija abatago odalija wona uwabunke chukwu makana nkebe eziokwu bụ na onye ahụ na-edu anyị eje odurugokwa anyị bata otu o si edu anyị na-abata makana nkebe eziokwu bụkwa n'okirikiri ka a na-agba ukwu ose adị ala ihe enu maka chukwu okike abịa makwuru ekwu si na onye ọbụla bụ nwa ya na-ekwu eziokwu ya adị ọ ya adị. Asị m ka m kene ndị Igbo, kene ndị Imo, kene ndị niile bụ ndị bịalụ bịa nọnyere m leta m n'ụlọ mkpọrọ Federal Correctional Center nọ n'Owerri nakwa ndị niile tiri mkpu ka ụwa nụ, nakwa ndị niile gbara mbọ, ndị dere na Facebook, ndị kwuru na redio, ndị dere petition, ndị mere nta, ndị mere imo, iji hụ na kpọmkwem na Chinonso Ụba nọ nso nkwa nwetara ntọhapụ, bụkwanụ nke bụ amara Chineke, ma bụrụkwanụ ihe ịrịba ama site n'aka Chukwu. Dịka m si ekwu ya mgbe ọbụla na-ekwusi ike na ndụ m dị taa bụ a miracle, and ndụ m dị taa bụ a testimony. Ana m ekene ndị niile bụ ndị gbara mbọ. Achọrọ m ibu ụzọ kenegodi ndị lọya m bụ ndị gbara mbọ malite n'ụbọchị mbụ, ndị Tiger Base na ndị Ebube Agụ bịara buru m. Ọ eziokwu na anọdụ 2 days without informing anybody, maka na ha napụrụ m ihe niile. Nọ 2 days, o nwere onye ma ebe m nọ for 2 days before ndị police abịa kwuwe na arrest ka ha mee. Mana nke a bụrụ okwu, nke a abụghị okwu for now, because I will come to that when the time comes. And achọrọ m ikelegodi ụmụnne m ndị Imo, kele ndị Igbo. Ọ ekele ka m jiri bịa, abụ ekele ka m jiri bịa sị ka m kenegodi unu, maka na ọ bụrụkwa maka ịtọtụ akị oyibo nsugbe, anyị atọtụ akị oyibo nsugbe suwa ya esuwa, wanyị na-aghọta ebe anyị na-eje. Maka na nke bụ eziokwu bụ na eziokwu ada ekpuchi ya aka kwanụ. Afụbeghị m onye lụgidere ọgụ n'ụwa sị na ọ na-alụso eziokwu ọgụ merie. At the end of the day, eziokwu ya emeri. Ka m kene my legal counsels and my legal representatives, led by Barrister Alex N.N. Williams, na anyị ukwu akara aka n'ihe gbasara iwu, n'ihe gbasara ịtapị iwu ọkara aka. Kenekwe nwanne m nwoke bụ IBB Madubuko, Barrister IBB Madubuko, or my elder brother kpọmkwem. Kenekwe Barrister nke m bụ KC Mgbenkonye. Kenekwe Kissing Ikoku, the only barrister nọ na Facebook sonyeru my legal team. Ekene gị Kissinga, I will not take you for granted, honestly. Kam kenekwe Barrister Chukwuocha, kenekwe Barrister Faith Obisike, nakwa Barrister Chidimma Amade, my younger sister. Asim kam kene unu gbalịrị ngọrị ahụ. Kenekwe ndị niile na-atụgo ụjọ bịa leta m n'ụlọ mkpọrọ na-asọga anya, maka na ụfọdụ na-asị ọzọkwa ihe mere anyị abịaghị ebo enwere ike fụ anyị eje gba anyị repọt. Mana ka nkene ndị na-atụghị ụjọ repọt mana ha bịara leta m n'ụlọ mkpọrọ, maka na akwụkwọ nsọ kwuru ya, ihe ọbụla i mere otu onye n'ime ụmụnna m ka i mere ihe mgbe m nọ na mkpọrọ ị bịara leta m, ọ nọ na Baịbụl. Chineke goziere m unu. Chineke gozikwe ndị National Human Rights Commission. They were ably represented by their legal representative na Owerri ebe a mgbe ọbụla m gara court, especially the magistrate, they were there. Ka m kelekwe the International Human Rights Commission, they were ably represented, and International Human Rights Organization ndị sendekwa representative na mkpọrọ ka ha bịa leta m. Amnesty International bịakwara mkpọrọ bịa leta m. United Nations Organization send the delegates from their human rights chapter ha bịakwa bịa leta m n'ụlọ mkpọrọ. Agaghị m echefu ikele ndị Nigeria Bar Association Owerri branch, the secretary bịara mee observe ikpe ekpere m na magistrate court, nakwa ọtụtụ ndị ọzọ m na-agaghị echeta nwe ebe a, ọ kachasị Protect the Weak International Foundation, ya wụ human rights organization nke anyị. Yes, I want to salute all the members of Protect the Weak International Foundation, from Chief Onyeji ahụ, OC, Ike, nakwa ndị otu National Youth Alliance. Achọrọ m ka nkele ndị National Youth Alliance n'ụzọ pụrụ iche, ọ kachasị ndị isi anyị na Abuja, nakwa mbụ unu gbara ịkọnetikwa ndị ugwu ndị ụfọdụ ndị nwere ọnụ. Mana at the end of the day, ọ uche Chukwu melụ. I want to salute all of you. Ayọla m, and I will start from where I stopped. Nke ahụ eziokwu. Nke bụ eziokwu bụ anyị agaghị eji ụjọ dara enwe n'elu, maka na ana m ekwe mgbe ọbụla na-ekwusi ike na steeti Imo bụ nke anyị niile, enweghị onye ọwụ property empire. So we will continue from where we stopped. And where did we stop? N'ihe gbasara police extortion, because anọkwa m n'ụlọ mkpọrọ na-anụkwa scores ihe ka na-eme outside. So we will continue from where we stopped n'ihe gbasara police extortion and the protest anyị chọburu ime bụ the main reason eji mee m arrest. Abịazi na-akọ ihe ọzọ, mana the truth owo, I will update ndị Imo, I will update ndị Igbo, and I will tell the people of the world ihe m hụrụ n'ụlọ mkpọrọ, how our youths are dying and languishing in prison. And we are going to continue this struggle. Another chapter of the struggle has just begun. And the truth, We will not stop this struggle until ever Ademma. We will keep telling whoever thinks he owns the state the truth. We will keep saying the truth. And also, let me tell our people the truth. No matter the window job, people are afraid to hear the truth, but we keep telling the truth. Ezioku adahe ushiaka. Ezioku adahe ushiaka. It doesn't matter. Yes, I spent 57 days in prison. 57 days in prison. But it is not compared to the struggle to make Imo State better. I am ready to sacrifice my freedom to make sure that the promises of Imo State are not taken for granted. And that is my pledge. And that is what I will continue to do. May God bless Imo State. May God bless Alibo. May God bless Umuchukwu Kika Biama. Oya adela anyị mma n'ụtụtụ. Oya adela anyị mma n'efifie. Oya adela anyị mma n'abalị. Oya adela anyị mma na nkwọ. Oya adela anyị mma n'eke. Oya adela anyị mma n'orie. Oya adela anyị mma n'afọ. Ise. Anyị ji ogu. Anyị ji ọfọ. Chukwu Kika Biama gọziere m unu. When the time comes, in few days to come, aga m ekpupe kpọmkwem ka o siri mee. Onye ọbụla, wait for it. Afam bụ Chinonsoba Nsonkwa, ọchịagha n'ikuku nke mbụ n'ala Igbo. Eziokwu atụ egwu nke izizi na steeti Imo. N'ụlọ mkpọrọ ka ha chiri m one man squad ndị Imo. Ndewona.
Oya, tell me what you just told me now. Just say it again. That's about the IPOB loan.
Yes, you see, like I was telling you,
Yeah.
I have been in the background. I'm not the kind of person, a few of time I want to call, but it's okay. Let me listen, because if I don't have any question, why do I just waste my time and call? I say I benefit from listening. Then, like I told you, I've been a subscriber of the 1,000 men.
Okay.
Contributing direct debit every month.
Okay.
So when this initiative of IOU loan came, I sat down with my wife. I said, look, this is a risk, but what if I don't take risk for my freedom? Where else will I take risk?
Okay.
As if I have a little cash I put in investment, how much interest are they paying in that? I rather put it in the government. I'm not putting it in the hand of individual.
Okay.
So I was able to convince my wife. Then I said, okay, to get the reassurance, let me call the finance minister. I said, because since she's the finance minister, it would be nice to have a word of reassurance before I know what I'm doing. Because I wanted to make it, apart from the one I started, I said I want to be upgrading from time to time. So I got Ogenkere's number. So I called him, he didn't, so I left a message, blah, 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 blah. So before I knew, he contacted me back. So I had a chat with him, I introduced myself to him.
Yeah.
So I told him that I'm calling in respect of this IOU loan, that I wanted to get a little bit of assurance because, just as the financial minister, I want to, he said, oh, that would be a good idea. He said, have you invested? I said, yes, I have. He said, how much did you put? So I told him that I've invested about $10,000. But as soon as I told him that, he said, wow, that is very good. He said, now, I said, look, I only did this because of the implicit trust I have for Simon Ekpa.
Okay.
As soon as I said that, he no change. He said, don't trust anybody. He said, if you want to do it for yourself. Don't trust no man. So when he told me that, my brother, let me tell you, I was shocked. I said, a finance minister, why are you going to sound like this? Then I just kept quiet, blah, 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 blah. It's okay, my brother, are you there? I said, yes, I'm there. It's okay, you are the kind of people we want. Can you send me a receipt? Have you got an acknowledgement of that payment? I said, yes. He said, forward it to me. He said, once you're on the line, I want you seriously to be a member of the the declaration, they were nominating people.
Declaration committee.
Yeah, he said, I want you to be a member of the declaration committee. So when he told me that, I said, okay, look, I'll think about it. I said, because, I'm very busy. I don't want to commit now. I said, let's talk. I said, I'm going to call you again. He said, once you send me that certificate, get back to me. He said, I want to put your name as a member of the declaration committee. My brother, when I stopped that call, I didn't feel comfortable. I said, no, I don't want to.
Did you finally add your name to the committee?
No, I didn't. After listening to him, the energy, because my brother, let me tell you, I'm somebody that I believe in energy so much. I didn't like the energy I was getting from the guy. He was too vociferous, He was too vociferous in his, let me not use the word aggressive. No, not aggressive. He was a bit, I didn't just like the energy. So I didn't want to be a member of any committee. To be honest, look at it now. Urban and Susie Kumbu, a member of that committee. So I sent him the certificate anyway. When you subscribe for IOU, they send you a certificate. I sent him a certificate. He said, so I told him that, look, anyway, my father, I'm planning to upgrade, but I didn't give him any further information and I didn't call him back. I didn't call him back until the declaration happened. When the declaration happened, when this thing started unfolding, then I said, okay, I can now start putting 1 plus 2 together. So I know, look, my brother, that guy is a virus. It's a virus that has come into the system. And I don't know why reasonable Biafrans are leaving this guy alone. They should deal with him. Or else he's going to be causing more damage. From was a traitor before. He has come to complete what he did before. And my greater disappointment now is the unprofessional soldiers that are dabbling into administrative matters. As a soldier, you must know that there's what they call administrative dichotomy. You don't dabble into it for something you haven't got the full details. It is clear that these people wanted to delay the declaration. And these soldiers are so naive. They are so stupid and so narrow-minded. That guy called Holy Ghost coming online to make a mess of himself. My brother, what I'm praying now is that I am praying for, every day and night I'm praying for the prompt return of Mazi Simon Ekpa to stop this rot that is going on. To stop this rot that is going on. Because these 3 individuals, these 3 viruses, they are constituting problem. They are constituting problem. If these our soldiers haven't gone into this matter, I won't be bothered. I know that the media to media who can handle yourself. But with the soldiers coming in now.
Listen. The thing is that they know what they are doing. The people that call themselves the people that are doing this against Dr. Ngozi Orabueze are not doing it because they want to do anything against Ngozi Orabueze. They are doing it against Biafra restoration.
Yes.
That's it. So don't be bothered. Everything is under control. Just relax.
All hail Biafra! All hail Biafra! The zoo has fallen. I'm sorry. I broke down. The zoo has fallen. And today, the cries of the Biafra people will be heard all over the world. I want Biafra people to understand that your cry will be heard all over the world from this day.
This is the end of our news update. Please click the icon on the top right corner of your screen to watch my next video. You will enjoy it. I will see you again in my next update. Enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye for now.